What comes to mind when you guys see this?
Noid.
So the Noid was created back in 1986. There was a Saturday morning cartoon on CBS planned in 1988 that was called The Noids, but it was canceled because people complained it was merely an advertising ploy and not a show for children.
Okay.
What was every single Saturday morning cartoon?
I know.
It was marketing and advertising for the fucking toy lines. That was it.
But this was for pizza.
Yeah. There is a computer game released in 1989 called Avoid the Noid. And it was where you had to deliver pizzas while a bunch of Noids were attacking you with like guns and shit.
One of my friends, I think, had that game.
Have you ever heard of the true crime story that involves the Noid?
No.
Like the actual Noid?
No. So in January 1989, a mentally ill man named Kenneth Lamar Noid believed that the campaign was directed towards him.
Oh.
It was.
He went to a Domino's in Chamblee, Georgia, wielding a .357 Magnum and held two employees hostage for over 5 hours. He demanded the employees call the Domino's headquarters to demand $100,000 and a white limousine as a getaway vehicle.
$100,000.
He offered to exchange one hostage for a copy of the 1985 novel The Widow's Son. A police officer showed up with the book, and the guy ended up going back on his word.
Okay.
Noid, not the Noid, but the guy that was holding the hostages here, he eventually got hungry, and he forced the employees to make him a pizza, something that sounds like the
Fair
Noid
enough.
would do.
I mean, yeah.
So while he ate the pizza, he had his gun sitting in his lap, so the two hostages just ran out.
Smart.
Later, bitch.
He was eventually taken into custody and charged with kidnapping, aggravated assault, extortion, and possession of a firearm during a crime. He was found not guilty by reason of insanity.
Wow.
Now, he ended up spending time in a mental institution, and he eventually died by suicide in 1995.
Okay.
So there is your happy ending, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it was.
I know that is exactly what you were hoping for when it came to that.
I just remember that that
like my happy
campaign.
endings.
I remember that campaign for that Noid, the little toys, I think they even had like the window sticky guy. You could stick them on your window.
I
That's
remember
when they were doing 30 minutes or less, or 30 minutes or more, and you get
Get it
pizza
free.
right?
Yeah. And this was also during that major sort of like claymation craze in the 80s.
With the California raisins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is, I think a lot of that stuff was actually produced in Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, it's out of that. I can't remember the name of the guy's studio,
But it was all
had it up here.
Yeah, it was all done there. Because remember, they did that whole a claymation Christmas.
Yeah, I actually that's like one of my favorite Christmas specials.
Yeah.
Was that with the dinosaurs and them cutting away. I could actually that guy's name I could probably find somewhere.